So we all get told in school about how black people did so much for America in World War II, only to continue being oppressed by it because we're just like evil. The Tuskegee Airmen, right? The best pilots of the war, they get Netflix shows, all that. Black women delivering mail, better than everybody else. What was the actual black service record in World War II though? It was not very Hollywood. First off, America had 1.2 million black soldiers, of which only 708 actually died in war because they were almost entirely kept from combat. This is because their scores on the Army General Classification Test, which was given to everyone, were lower on average, and so they were instead often assigned to things like labor units rather than combat units. I guess tests have always been racist. For comparison, we only had 33,000 Japanese Americans involved in World War II, and they had 800 killed in action. Literally more people from the country we nuked twice died for America. Where's their Netflix program? The Japanese, truly our greatest ally. Okay, but why was that? Was America just so hateful towards black people that they wanted to stop them from dying in a war? Well, let's take a little bit of a look at their service record. The 92nd Infantry Division. This was the only black infantry division in World War II, known as the Buffalo Soldiers. They first saw combat in Italy in 1944, where they were known for low morale, retreating immediately, malingering, and losing equipment and just not taking care of it in general. And eventually they would be withdrawn from combat and reconstituted, adding in those aforementioned white and Japanese soldiers. The Black Panthers. This was an all-black tank unit, and it's where both the Marvel character and the terrorist group that like to talk about killing white police officers derive their name from. More on those guys later. But the Black Panthers only had one major battle they participated in, the Battle of the Bulge. So during the specific engagement at Tullit, 11 Shermans crewed by black people took on 3 German anti-tank guns and a single Mark IV Panther tank. They lost 9 tanks to the single Panther. While German tanks, of course, were known to be superior, rates for white crews generally had about 5 or 6 Shermans lost for every 4 German tanks. Do the math. Finally, the Tuskegee Airmen, these supposedly elite pilots, best in the war, never lost a bomber according to Red Tails. They actually lost 27 bombers over the course of the war. And in spite of the fact that they were flying one of the most advanced long-range fighter escorts America had, the P-51 Mustang, they lost 3 planes for every 2 Germans they shot down. Every other white-only P-51 fighter group shot down on average over 2 Germans for every 1 they lost. And they had low bomber losses when they were escorting, that's true, but it's also true that most of the German aircraft at this point were already out of the picture. Speaking of facts and figures, despite being only 10% of the military, black male soldiers comprised 56% of convicted rapists. One such criminal was Lewis Till, father of Emmett Till. After choosing military service instead of jail time for domestic violence, he would go on to rape 2 women and murder one of them in Italy, be court-martialed, found guilty, and executed by hanging. You can't write this stuff. Truth matters. I love the Japanese people and the black